High Priest's death to summon the clans, an excuse to deal with the Luo clan and Regent estate. Our houses may be strong, but the Emperor took this chance to use the power of the court and to eradicate us both. This sudden development could have been the end of us. Even with Luo clan in the clear and the Regent estate becoming the patsy for murder, the Emperor would have charged us to annihilate you, pitting us against each other. It drew every bit of power from the best steward beneath heaven's title the Emperor bestowed upon me. I can't just bear the title and shirk responsibility now, can I? Ha ha ha. Steward Zhua is sharp as a tack, able to analyze the bigger picture with a glance. I approve. If we three pool our minds, no one could touch us, not even the Emperor. What a shame. There's nothing to feel sorry about. With how lonely it is at the top, it'd be boring. Ha 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 ha. By the way, what do you think? Who killed the High Priest in the end? Do you need to ask? It all became clear the instant the Emperor asked me who else had been at High Priest's mansion. When everything is said and done, the imperial capital is still in the hands of the imperial family. The fourth pillar, Shadow Guard's Captain Shadow King, answers directly to His Majesty. He may even be around us right now. The title of the fourth pillar Shadow King has long been heard of. Coming and leaving like a shade, worthy of being called just that. Except for the Emperor, I'm afraid no one has ever seen his real face. Steward Zhua. Xiao Dongzi and the others are in danger. Please save them. It's the Yun clan on its way to Blackwind Mountain. But how did she know they were in danger? I can feel it. Holy Maiden can read fate, so her intuitions must be true. Then I'll go take a look outside the imperial capital. Gents, please see that Miss Shuang arrives at the Luo clan safely. Now the city gates have been sealed, no one is allowed to enter or leave. Steward Zhua is not going to break out, is he? Ha ha ha. You're quite shrewd. I'm not that stupid to give the Emperor an excuse. Zhua Fan is a true freak, with freaky skills to boot. If he wants to leave town, no one will know. Ha ha ha. So true. How else would you have suffered at his tricks? Thank you so much for escorting me. Miss Yun Shuang, regarding the High Priest's matter, what are your plans? Oh, as gratitude for His Majesty's favor, Grandfather will be laid to rest in the Imperial Cemetery. As it should be. However, will the High Priest ever rest knowing his enemy will pose at his funeral all to look good in front of the people? Sir Lang, what did you say? Oh, did I speak out too loud? I'm sorry. I was only mumbling to myself. Just take it as if it never happened. There's no way. I clearly heard you say enemy. Do you know who killed my grandfather? Please tell me. Forgive me, but I know nothing. It's best if you ask Steward Zhua. Ask Steward Zhua. Sir Lang, that wasn't very nice of you. Zhua Fan helped you in the court, yet now you are leaving him with a headache. With the Yun clan and Luo clan's close relationship, if the Yun clan causes trouble, the Luo clan will be dragged into it. Ha ha ha. Oh please, Prime Minister Zhuge. Didn't Zhua Fan say we're only saving our own skin? And we're still enemies, aren't we? I'm sure he would have done the same thing if he were me. With how everything's a stalemate, there will be someone who will stir the water, no matter how much neither of us wants to be the one in the limelight. And since someone has stirred up the pot, we all have much to look forward to, don't we? Humph. Humph, they're finally here. Huh. These profound heaven experts aren't normal. They're about to act, be careful. TCH, What can some weirdo profound heaven experts do? I refuse to believe there is a second freak like Chua Fan on this earth. Look out, it's the Luo clan's Ice and Fire Lords. I am a lady. Ha ha ha. What did I tell you? They're only profound heaven. They're not worth a single blow. Lady's gaze is so sharp, seeing their bluff with one look. Unlike that scaredy cat old Lee, less than even a woman. Why do I feel that these black guys are not the pushovers like they look? He 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 he. Ha 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 ha. Luo clan's Ice and Fire Lords are nothing better than that. They were blown into pieces and actually fused back, really weird. A group of profound heaven flies actually dare to laugh at me. How dare you? Old Lee, what are you standing around for? Do something. The two of us can only push them back a bit with our soul attacks. Not even one of them was stunned. Fall in. Unity tactic. A soul unity tactic, to be exact. One made particularly with Radiant stage experts in mind. Get ready. Attack. What's with these guys? They're way too creepy. How can they even bounce off our attacks? Life and death art then. Physical attacks don't work on these things. Old Lee, what are you doing? He, isn't it obvious? Shutting these arrogant guys up. Misty Wraith style, third move. Necro Dragon's Screech. It's a soul martial art. Watch out. Anyone else? Step back. Old Lee, you're really something. You even know a soul martial art. How come we've never seen you using it? What? Jealous of me? When we joined the Luo clan, Steward Zhua gave each of us a matching art. Each of us has our own strengths. I was also enticed by that life and death art of yours, but can I train in it? Necro Dragon's Screech is a sound martial art, but it is a body martial art at its core. Since you two train by combining fire and water, this art doesn't seem to fit you, does it? Old Lee, you deal with them while we bring up the rear. Let's end this quickly. No problem. Humph, ignorant whelp. You're awfully confident in your parlor tricks. Such terrifying pressure. This man is far beyond the level of those men in black. The style, second N. Ghostly Dragon Claw. Old Lee. Captain. We are useless. We haven't taken them down yet. The enemy this time is a sharp thorn. It is not your fault for needing me to step in. Junior, not bad at all. You're still breathing after taking a hit, so you do have some skill after all. Humph, shameless. You may be strong but are not in the ethereal stage yet. Under the sky of Tianyu. There's not a single peak radiant stage expert out there who can kill me in one blow. That chain almost took my life. If I made the slightest mistake just now, I am afraid that I have already been killed. Junior, are you that ignorant or in denial? Two people may have the same cultivation, but not the same talent. That alone translates to a huge gap in power between them. Huangpu Qingtian was the prime example, and now it's your steward's turn. TSK, TSK, TSK. At merely the third layer of Profound Heaven stage, he took two peak radiant stage experts all-out blows. It actually reminds me of an old rival of mine. I would feel privileged if I could experience Steward's masterstroke myself. Well, this has nothing to do with your Luo clan anyway. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be facing you so soon either. Please step aside, I am taking the Yum clan. Bullshit. Fire and water get bent. If I just give them to you, I won't even be able to face the world with shame. How come these guys didn't react at all? Instead, they are very calm. Not good. Ha ha ha. Is this the Luo clan's martial art? Quite impressive, I must say. It's something I have never seen in my life. I see why so many experts got turned on their side. That move might have worked on my past self, but now. I am neither man nor shade, but in between. The same move won't work on me. Humph, I warned you of this outcome. But since you struck first, you only have yourselves to blame. Wraith Style's first move. Summel Demonic Dragon. Faster release please. Elderly, amazing. You husband and wife. This is as far as I can help you. What camaraderie. Mad Dipper, since you want to save them so badly. You can die first. Elderly. Is this how I, the great Mad Dipper, would meet my end? Without even knowing who killed me. Yo, Spade. Were you betrayed by your brothers before? You don't seem to like our Luo clan's bromance. What? Elderly, why did you get so miserable? What the hell is this? Steward Zhua, this person is extremely strange. You should be careful. He can phase in and out of reality. Normal martial arts don't work on him. The only way to fight him is with soul attacks. Oh. Is that so? Elderly, you guys rest. I'll take it from here. Captain will not be defeated. Captain is invincible. Captain. Captain. The girl's intuition sure was spot on. The other faction even sent someone like you. I thought Elder Li and the two elders would be more than enough. Ha ha ha, how naive of me. You never wanted the Yun clan to fall into someone else's hands. The future of the Yun clan is crucial to all factions. It cannot be left to the Luo clan alone. That punch sure was savage, reminding me of an old rival of mine. Oh. Did you win or not? If you lose, then you are finished. You're so arrogant. I lost that day, read first at manhwaplus.com, but do you think you can beat me now? In your dreams. Old fox. He knows that my right hand is strong, so he attacks my left hand. Earth Dragon Claw. Come here. What? Read first at manhwaplus.com. Captain. Read first at manhwaplus.com. Steward Zhua, look out. Only soul attacks work on that thing. I know. Wraith Style's third move, Necro Dragon's Screech. What is this? Spade, now do you know the difference between me and your old rival? Everything in this world has a weakness. Don't think for a second that your phasing body will get me exhausted from using only physical attacks. Humph, I know all too well just what kind of specimen you are. A mere spirit puppet, who do you think you are? Why, you know. This is a secret art that was lost 5 centuries ago. How? I'm just that clever. It would have been another matter entirely if you were in the ethereal stage, but it just wasn't meant to be. You may not have a body, but I have my own way to make sure that you'll stay dead. You showed off in my presence and you beat my men. He, don't even think of escaping. Divine Eye of the Void's third stage. Mirage World Emptiness. This is bewildering array. Impossible. When did you set it up? He. That's private information. Spade, turning into a spirit puppet gave you a brilliant escape route. A spirit puppet can fade in and out of reality, neither man nor shade. While elusive, at the same time, you don't have a body. Your soul has nowhere to hide, making it easy to just poof you out of existence. When? One other thing, your soul sense is 100 times more acute than that of a normal person. An advantage, yes, but when it comes to experiencing pain, it is also the biggest disadvantage. One more time. Try not to dodge. You'll only waste your energy. I think you have already discovered that this is an illusion. Didn't I tell you, having 100 times more acute soul sense is not all it's cracked up to be, especially when it comes to pain. Props for figuring out this is an illusion, but here what's real and fake have been switched. And guys like you, who use phasing as an escape, will find themselves much weaker than anyone else. Not to mention the time here is slower. I may have taken my sweet time poking you twice, but outside, it hasn't been a second. Here everything's an illusion, while outside the pain is real. But the moment you cave in is the second you will die. So, we've got all the time in the world to enjoy. I didn't expect Steward Zhua to be so powerful. He flipped the tables with just a glare. We cannot catch up with this little monster. In the past, Zhua Fan was protected by us. But now, this kid has far surpassed us, entering a totally new realm. These damn rotten bastards can still take it. Maintaining the Mirage world consumes a lot of soul power. I've got 3,600 blades poked into them, yet they just won't die. It's about time. These spirit puppets are at their limit. A little more. And he's done for. The force is not small. No, Steward Zhua, the guy's escaping. I know. Eye of the Void's second stage void. Despite being a spirit puppet, I can't avoid the effects of space cracking. What kind of a freak is he? He has so many fancy and powerful tricks. Just as he said, he's much more terrifying than my old rival. Help me. Spade, let him go. Yun clan is under the Luo clan's protection. Harm him and we will become mortal enemies. Humph, do you take me for a fool? You'll kill me regardless. Zhuofan, you got me this time. But we will meet again. See you around. Bastard. Steward Zhua, you don't have to blame yourself. He only got one man. Blame myself. The kid is already an adult, yet he hasn't even awakened his blood, a waste. It makes no difference if he's gone. But we are here to look good for the Yun clan, so we can't harm their people. That sadness and self-blame routine are there to make them respect us more. Yun clan will be far more willing to follow us now. As expected of Steward Zhua. Always acting for his own interests. Steward Zhua, I heard you call them spirit puppets. What are they? A bunch of lame-ass losers. No one would willingly become a spirit puppet unless they are in a desperate situation. We all know that only by reaching the ethereal stage can one's mind and soul fuse, allowing them to shed their bodies. Even if the body crumbles, you can just possess another. Nod. However, what do you think will happen if the body dies before reaching the ethereal stage and the soul lingers? Will it still survive? No, in that case, the soul will last for 100 days at most, then die. It would be fine if it were. But the demonic path has a secret art, allowing experts beneath the ethereal stage to wander around as their souls. Surviving on the spiritual energy of the world. Hence the name. Spirit puppets. The name says it all. They are puppets of the spirit world. Once a should-be-dead person is refined into a spirit puppet, their soul never grows again. He would roam the world as neither man nor shade. A zombie pretty much sums it up. Unless one is consumed by revenge and hatred, one would rather die than choose such a pitiful existence. It is a downright disgrace. On top of that, a spirit puppet has to consume souls to maintain their yuan qi. A truly vile secret art. It hardly matters if they meet me, a demonic cultivator. But stumble upon a righteous cultivator and those overzealous warriors of righteousness would chase them to the ends of the earth. It is part of their job description and also earns them merit. It does wonders for their mentality, tempering their hearts. Something is off here. Steward Zhua, you just said that those filled with immense regret and hatred would turn into spirit puppets, but we just faced hundreds of them. There's no way for there to be so many warriors knowledgeable of this art and be so consumed with revenge. It's too much of a coincidence. Ha ha ha. Those mass-produced goods aren't included. The other side is amassing a secret army, forcing cultivators into becoming spirit puppets. To Tianyu, which has never seen a shadow of an ethereal stage expert, and with so few martial arts focused on the soul, spirit puppets would be a headache to face. It is a blessing in disguise that they are so hard to make. Not anyone can become one. The slightest slip-up and it'd be the end. By the way, Elder Li. You know how the kids old Pang is training in the Wraith art have a low success rate. Well, this one is even lower, ha ha ha. But fortunately, the spirit puppet is also very difficult to make, not everyone can succeed. In that training program, for one guy to come out of a batch of 100 is already promising. But with the spirit puppet's chance of being created even lower, isn't it the same as Steward Zhuofan wiping out 100,000 soldiers of theirs by killing those hundreds? You don't have to worry, they have plenty more where that came from. Ha ha ha. But Steward Zhua, you have no trouble dealing with them while we are hopeless. Teach us how. No need. Spirit puppets are merely at the third level, low-level spirit puppets are soul-based. With your strong radiant stage strength, your intent is enough to destroy them. Mid-level spirit puppets can Enter weapons or armor, making them their vessels and using them to somewhat resist soul attacks. Like those black men. You can't one-shot them, but giving them a deep wound is still easy. The crucial thing is the Black Captain, a peak-level spirit puppet. He can phase in and out, with a soul so strong that only a specialized martial art can defeat him. Turn around. I reckon strong guys like him are limited to just him. And since I've harmed him, he won't be showing his face anytime soon, you can rest easy. This kid is too lazy to teach us. Steward Zhua, we can forget about these crotchety geezers, but what about little old me and my precious body? Who am I to blame if that miscreant scars it? If you are that scared of having your secret leaked, Sister will visit you in the dead of night. Will you teach me then? Sister Shui, please have a modicum of dignity and act your age. Your man is right behind you. He, Steward Zhua, why are you being so testy? We're all on the same side, I don't mind. If you still find it lacking, I can join you as well. I want to join too. Fine, I'll take it as my loss. I'll teach you a profound ranked martial art focused on souls. Read first at manhwaplus.com. Finger of Death. Read first at manhwaplus.com. Read first at manhwaplus.com. I have failed you and await my sentence. Read first at manhwaplus.com. What? You failed. I didn't expect that even you would fail. And you're also wounded. Please relax, sir. Senior has sustained heavy injuries and only needs time to heal. What, heavy injuries? Read first at manhwaplus.com. Just who is capable of harming you to such an extent? Not even Gu Santong could do this. It's Zhua Fan. What? He has that kind of skill. Ha ha ha. And more to spare. Stand up, even I had to step in, but played right into his hand. Read first at manhwaplus.com. That brat is a deadly combination of an extended range of skills and ample experience. I used to think my secret art was lost 5 centuries ago, that no one in Tianyu knew of it. But he saw through me with a glance, and then toyed with me. I only escaped with my life by taking one of the Yun clan's members hostage. Gu Santong is all brawn but does have weaknesses. While Zhua Fan not only has Gu Santong's savage power, I couldn't find any weak spots either. It's the first time I've met with such an opponent. Senior is correct. Without having seen him for myself, I would have never taken Zhua Fan to have such unbridled strength. All of the senior's attempts were foiled. He then used some unknown art to trap Senior and almost cost him his life. Knowing my limits, my only hope was to make a distraction. I am glad to know it helped free Senior. So it was you who helped me. I wondered why his focus slipped. I will surely return this gratitude. Where are the others? All dead. Did you kill them? No, it was Zhua Fan. He is truly savage, killing them on the spot and saving me the trouble. Ha ha ha. He didn't do it for you. He doesn't want a falling out and went easy on us. It is a warning that we had better not bother him. With Zhua Fan's guile, it would be easy for him to track you down. Since he wasted all of them, it proves that these men had no use for him. He knows all too well who we are. He just doesn't want to expose us. What? Not only him. After the high priest died, Zhuge Changfeng and Leng Wucheng soon casted their suspicions on us. But we still maintain a balance, so that others will not take advantage of it. Why else would they support each other in court today when I wanted to deal with the Regent Estate and Zhua Fan in one move? They feared I would swallow them both. I underestimated you, Zhua Fan. Your mind is sharp, and your nature is adaptable. Like water under the bridge, you set it all aside, uniting with your foes, you are a man with perspective. Your Majesty, now that Zhuo Fan is taking the Yun clan to Windgaze City, what should we do? The Shadow Guard's first detachment was wiped out and Senior is heavily damaged. How do we stop Zhuo Fan and the Luo clan's 3 elders? That is the source of my anger. I just can't make anything of Yun Xuanji's decision of relinquishing a 1,000-year-old neutrality, by siding with the Luo clan who he has had no relation to speak of. And for what? For Zhuo Fan. I thought I showed my forbearance when I closed my eyes to him reading Huangpu Qingtian's fate. Because I knew, the throne is 3 parts fate, 7 parts hard work. I am a true celestial dragon, the son of heaven. I don't fear the likes of Huangpu Qingtian coming to take my rightful place. Yet he had sided with Zhuo Fan. And what did Zhuo Fan do? The man had just died and his first order of business was to take the Yun clan away from my grasp. A selfish prick for whom the thought of giving a funeral never even crossed his mind. How can he trust? Cough cough cough. Your Majesty, you. It's fine. I can reign in Tianyu long enough to leave a successor. Shadow King. You are one of the 4 pillars of my absolute trust and the most secretive being in this world. Everyone who has ever met you has long since died. With one exception, Zhuo Fan. Fate, it seems, isn't reliable, but can't be thrown aside either. The kid is your bane, so make sure to stay as far away as possible. But, Your Majesty, Zhuo Fan is a snake with outrageous power. The only way to get rid of him is by turning him into a beacon in all the chaos. Sigh, now all rests on my planning. I only wanted to raise a tiger to tear into those savage beasts and strengthen my position. Yet instead I've reared a dragon, and worst of all, a dragon I can't control. Zhuo Fan, ha ha ha. He is a true combination of Gu Santong and Zhu the Changfeng. He is the greatest plague on my mind. Someone well-rounded like Zhuo Fan, versed in brawn and brain, left all his enemies feeling like they are chewing a rock. Bring out the other eye and see if it holds. Who are you and what do you want? Humph, who am I? I am giving you the opportunity to become the new high priest. Like I thought. Eaten away by the mystical eye. Yun Xuanji's mystical eyes can't be grafted into others, leading to the host being eaten from within. But to think that it won't work even on his people. The Yun clan will have to first awaken their blood to bear these mystical eyes. Your Majesty, it makes sense. Yun clan wouldn't have survived for so long if anyone could use them. Everyone would have been scrambling for their eyes otherwise. Quite so. But then, in the entire Tianyu, the only one that can read fate is Holy Maiden Yun Shuang. And she is now with the Luo clan. Your Majesty, you are the one and uncontested ruler on this earth, a true dragon descended on earth. As she belongs to the Yun clan, she will one day fall into your hand. If only. No one used my absence to cause a scene at Luo clan while I was out helping the Yun clan. A delicate balance is in play and no player wants it ask you. It is the most peaceful period. Steward Zhuo. Miss Schwanger, what is it? Steward Zhuo, you already know who killed my grandfather, don't you? Who told you? That I know. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you do. Ha ha ha. I get it now, it must be that pair of old coots giving me a hard time. Humph, they don't want to stick their neck out so you fake innocence here, is it? Your time will come, I promise. If I refuse to answer, Yun Shuang will be cross with me. It may even drive her to regent estate or prime minister. If I tell her the truth, the Luo clan will become the first to clash with the imperial family. The pioneer to throw all this balance out of the window. The dilemma is retreating in advance. Steward Zhua, you actually do know, don't you? Then tell me. Why should I tell you? Your clan is a target that I am willing to protect. In layman's terms, you owe me, not the other way around. What gives you the right to question me? To tell you everything. Humph, hysterical. So, Steward Zhua, what will it take to tell me? You really want to know? It will depend on your behavior. If you can't be loyal to me, why would I tell you everything? I can't imagine. Steward Zhua, you are actually that kind of person. Preying on others' weaknesses. You got that right. I am no goody two-shoes. Besides preying on others, my style includes, but is not limited to, robbing someone, using their plight, and kicking them when they're down. So, do you accept it? Steward Zhua, give me time to think. Sure, take all the time in the world. I'm in no hurry. Well, that's odd. Didn't I just tell her to watch the stars, to be my advisor? What's so hard about that? Sigh, she must be dead set on ironing out all my crookedness. Then she'll help me. But have you ever heard of a nice demonic emperor? Humph. I'll go give that kid Yunhai some lessons. Brother Zhua, you're back. Zhua Fan, took you long enough. Luo clan was swamped with work the past few days and, in your absence, I had to go out of my way to help you all. Don't just stand there, hurry up and thank me. Princess Yongning, what's a lass like you doing by still coming around here? Impertinent. How dare you address the princess in such an uncouth way? Like, lass, aren't you supposed to be grounded? Do you find your head too heavy to bear? Sister Yongning, calm down. That's how Zhua Fan is. No one can change him. If you don't like him, you can just avoid him. How can I? Why else am I here? I mean, my patience knows no bounds. How can I stoop to his level? Sigh, even a little girl like the princess. How come this bastard attracts butterflies everywhere he goes? How could I sneak out? This time, I'm walking out of the main gate of the Imperial City in a dignified manner. Also, the Imperial Father is holding his centennial jubilee in 3 months. I have earned my Imperial Father's accord to search for a proper gift. Moreover, I fear that it is all too sudden for you, so I will help you prepare as well. See how much I care for you. Hey. None of my business. Yunchang, is this how you teach your servant? He's like a popinjay. Ha ha ha. Forgive me, sister. He doesn't know any better. You can just ignore him. He, an enemy has been shot. The less competition the better. If Brother Zhua was like the Yu family stewards, would you be flirting with him and chasing him all day long? Who's flirting? Hey, who's chasing whom here? I am doing the chasing and flirting, all right. Brother Zhua must have come for me, so I'll be going now. Good, your sight is improving. You knew I came for you. Of course. Besides, I've been around Brother Zhua for so long, that we are like brothers. He. Come then, let me see your progress. A fight is not just about power, but brains as well. Look for an opening. If there's an opening, seize it. If not, make one. Avail yourself of their weaknesses, avoid their strengths, and lure them into a false sense of security before you spring your trap to crush them. Brother Joie, you were quite free today to teach me for so long. 3 years. Only one has passed and the stalemate is already stirring. You'll be hard-pressed to find a quieter time like this afterward. Someone. Who? Miss Schwanger. What are you doing? Why did you come to my bed and look like this? Isn't this what a beast like you wanted? I only hope you will keep your promise once you have had your way with my body. When have I asked this of you? Joifan, are you mocking me? You clearly said to be with you, and now you deny it. What am I to understand? What are you talking about? A total misunderstanding. I never meant it in this way. I only wanted you to be on my side, to look into fate, to be my advisor. And not to preach to me about growing a conscience or becoming goody-goody. That's all. What are you saying? Brother Joie. Anyway, hurry up and get dressed. Just now sister and I talked to Captain Pang and heard today is your birthday. Come, let's celebrate it together. Brother Joie already has his own arrangements, we should not bother him. What won't bother? Joifan, what the hell is going on here? Who is she? Where did she come from? Well, can you guys step outside for now? Hi, how can we? This is a high-quality class act, catching Steward Joie in the act. We just gotta make it memorable. Bullshit, what catching in the act? Steward Joie is the perfect stud muffin, single too. He is a perfect catch any woman would swoon over. The situation is only making it worse. Let's see who you are and if you're worthy of our grand Steward Joie. Like I said, I want your unconditional support. We are a team, you are one of my people. Your grandfather's business is my business. Or the Yun clan's retreat to Windgaze City would have been harder. I admire your grandfather's virtue. Now forget about the matters in the capital. They no longer concern you. Vile Dragon is coming. I recall Yun Xuanji telling me about this. They're the Chuanrong. Are the Chuanrong invading? Very well, from now on, you are on my side. May your majesty lead a long and prosperous life. Present your petitions. Your majesty, I have worked hard in tracking down High Priest's murderer for 10 days yet have found nothing. I ask that your majesty give me more men to conduct a more thorough search on the houses. Granted. The old marshal is quite serious in his search, dedicated to the emperor and nation. Yes, I'll do my best. A shame he's too honest, unable to grasp the cloak and daggers in the court and insists on carrying this matter on. Be as thorough as you like. Looking in the wrong direction will still give you nothing. Your Majesty, I have a request. The imperial capital has been sealed for 10 days, driving fear into the people and the clans. For the sake of peace, I ask that your majesty opens the gates. Humph, High Priest's case is yet to be solved and you want to open the city. Is the Prime Minister so impatient because of his own matters perhaps? High Priest's case is crucial, but so is the reputation of the Empire. Your Majesty, you may disregard people's livelihood, but you should care about the rumors traveling outside the state. Your Majesty, the Chuanrong Kingdom knows of your Majesty's centennial jubilee. And its emperor has dispatched a delegation with a gift, please grant it entry, your Majesty. What? Chuanrong has sent a delegation. This is an external affair. Petition letting the delegation see the imperial capital under lockdown. Will earn their ridicule. This bastard is clearly targeting me. I didn't respond when he asked that I release the seal on the capital in the name of the people. So he used Chuanrong's delegation as an excuse. Won't agreeing now look like trying to salvage my name instead of looking out for the people? His vaulting ambition is more than clear. But it's done in a subtle way, so I can't rage. Your Majesty, Chuanrong and Tianyu have only ever expressed hostility, with numerous clashes each year. The delegation is sure to be part of some elaborate scheme. And with the imperial capital in troubled waters, it is all the more reason we should block any outside interference. I beg your Majesty to refuse them, lest we bring wolves in our midst. Old Marshal is mistaken. Because our two nations have been at odds in the past, we should use this chance to mend our relations and live in harmony. In addition, they come bearing gifts. Slamming the door in their face will put Tianyu to shame. The Chuanrong will think of us as petty. It concerns His Majesty's prestige and Tianyu's name. How could you be so jumpy to lose all decorum when it counts? Prime Minister speaks wisdom. Please allow it, Your Majesty. Minister of War. Zhongtong Shangshu. The Prime Minister's words are true. Please allow it, Your Majesty. We all agree. These traitors. What? Those loyal officials that follow the emperor around, all support Zhuge Changfeng. Be it civil or military, all the emperor is left with are a scarce few. Your Majesty, this is a matter of great importance for the nation. We, loyal subjects to the flag, ask Your Majesty to make a swift decision that I may reply to the Chuanrong Emperor at once. Humph, Prime Minister. Why the rush? You have so much care for the Chuanrong. If someone doesn't know, they may think that you are the Chuanrong's Prime Minister. His Majesty's accusation is heavy. He started off as a joke, but singled out Zhuge Changfeng, the Prime Minister, as the nation's traitor. Is His Majesty so enraged that he couldn't control himself? Your Majesty, please don't joke. I am under Tianyu's payroll, working in its best interests. Try to understand, Your Majesty, everything I do is for the Empire. Ha ha ha. Of course I understand the Prime Minister's toil. As per Prime Minister's petition, I shall allow the Chuanrong's delegation into Tianyu. The lockdown on the imperial capital is lifted and the High Priest's case will be postponed until after my celebration. Your Majesty is wise. A bunch of traitors. Is this the Yun clan's heirloom, the 8th grade spiritual weapon? Heaven-linking apparatus. That's right. By having the heaven-linking apparatus commune with the world, one can see what happens in the world. As I watched the stars last night, I saw the vile dragon converge his attention here. But that is only a rough estimate. Only through the heaven-linking apparatus can I see its precise focus and how it tangles with the other faction's fates. So that's how it is. You do what you do best and I'll be the lookout. This is the home of Yun clan. Having a lookout is like saying we came here to steal from ourselves. Well, you do have a point. Nevertheless, with every house having eyes and ears everywhere, I'll block them. He doesn't seem so bad, at least. Not to his people. Or they wouldn't hold a birthday party for him. When I threw myself in his bed, it was like giving him a birthday present. Ah. So embarrassed. Okay, let's get started. This is it's over. Shivering. Schwanger, what's wrong? Did the wind get in your eye? Steward Zhua, I'm begging you. You can ignore what happened to grandfather, but please, you must stop the bloodshed from happening. Only you can alter Tianyu's fate and free the people from suffering. I will do my best, but... But what? I keep my private matters separate from business. Personal matters always come first. You are with me now, and I will help you in your troubles. But everything else will be done in passing. That's just my style. You'll know soon enough. Now, what did you see? Vile Dragon's focus is on the Luo clan. What do you say? That is what fate tells me. Vile Dragon will come down hard, but it also has an augmenting effect. The other three factions' fortune will be augmented, while only the Luo clan weakens. Chuanrong's coming to Tianyu bodes ill for the Luo clan. How can this be? The other three get enhanced. This shouldn't be the case. I can understand if the two of them grow, but Crouching Dragon. The Vile Dragon comes with the Crouching Dragon in mind, so why would it result in the Luo clan suffering? Don't you find it odd? An educated guess tells us that Chuanrong's first target is Tianyu's imperial family, the Crouching Dragon. But the heavens have shown the contrary. I can't make sense of it either. Yun Xuanji said that fate is fraught with death and life's paths, while different men make different choices, treading different walks. The three houses must have done something to make the Vile Dragon target Luo clan. What else could make the mighty Chuanrong Empire focus on the little old us? What about the Luo clan's fortune? I don't know. Luo clan has you at the helm. With you being out of heaven's control, I can only see the present and immediate situation, while the future is blocked. As the saying goes, know yourself and the enemy and you'll ever be victorious. Although I may know the enemies, I'm in the dark about my own clan, making my own future actions uncertain. Being outside fate is not all it's cracked up to be. The priority now is finding out the three houses' activities. With such a particularly large event in play, a master plan has to be brewing in a deep dark corner. If we don't crack it, then I'm afraid we're going to be involved. Such a fortune to have you around at this time and to find out about all this before it had been too late. It's fine. I'm doing it for my grandfather and the people. Our Shadow Recon team has never been so useless before. We're so far away that we can't see nor hear anything. What's the point? It's not like we explicitly asked to tail Zhuofan, now is it? Any closer and he'd see us. Not even a miracle would save us then. Come on, let's check what they did inside. Maybe we'll find something. Humph, now the great shadow guards have turned into garbage men. While Zhuofan's mind was on the shifting situation, he was out bumping into his allies and had Yun Shuang peek the sky over for any other changes. The shadows tailing them though, never once got anything useful. Why does everyone stammer whenever I ask about Qingcheng? Will Chuanrong play out like the prediction? Are they the fourth power to push down on the Luo clan? I have to ask Elderly and the others to make some preparations in advance. The Luo clan needs overwhelming power, and fast. 3 months later. Zhuofan, there's something here, come take a look. Princess, what are you up to this time? I don't have the time, so go ahead with Yunhai and young miss. This is a once-in-a-100 years occasion. It's so kind of me to invite you to see the show, so the least you could do is thank me. See the show. More like you wanting to jump right in. Zhuofan. Chuanrong's delegation has come. They're about to enter the city. It's a chance to see exotic cultures that you should never miss. What, Chuanrong? Hey, wait for me. Let's go too. Chuanrong is coming. I want to check them out. Let's see how strong they are and what threat they pose to the Luo clan. Brother Joie, this way. Brother Joie, the entire second floor is reserved for the house's disciples, to get a clearer view of Chuanrong's delegation. I wonder how many experts they have. Humph, martial fanatic. Yen Fu, you've come to see the excitement and won't even greet me. Steward Joie, what a coincidence. Yen Fu, my master and martial aunt are almost here and you didn't get us seats. Eh. Joie. Joie fan. Brother Joie, to tell you the truth, they have been together for a long time. But you were so cooped up that you never noticed. What? What, Joie fan, you didn't want Dandan, and now you're going to ruin her life. That's just evil of you. Nana. Well done. Finally, I can get rid of this burden. What's going on? Joie fan, what's that supposed to mean? You felt nothing for Dandan all this time. Are you dead inside? When someone has their eyes on Dandan, you curse. When someone doesn't have their eyes on Dandan, you curse. What do you want people to do? Well, this is for the best. Yen Fu, you come here. Go, your future mother-in-law is calling you. Shut up. I'm coming. I'm coming. Look at those spiritual beasts. They are all 5th level ones. Awesome. They've finally arrived. Vile dragon. A fair and virtuous lady, a great catch. Chuanrong is famous for their beast-taming skills. I want to try the combined power of a man and beast. Hey, hey, hey. This is a chance for our nations to shake hands. You can't go start a war. Especially with that beauty, hee hee hee. 3 profound heaven cultivators, 3 radiant stage cultivators, and 1,000 veteran cavalry in the bone tempering stage. Adding 1,000 3rd-level spiritual beasts and 6 5th-level spiritual beasts. Can this army threaten the Luo clan? Joie fan, what are you looking at? At oddities. What oddities? Humph, since they are oddities, it's not that easy to see. If I could find them, I wouldn't have to look, idiot. Joie fan. Forgive me, the child is too young to understand. I'll take him away. It's fine, uncle. Are all Tianyu's people without decorum? I am the Chuanrong Empire's general and for you, an ant, to bump into me is a gross act of disrespect. Can you bear the responsibility of a war between us? Cut the act. How could we start a war over this? We'd have been at war for ages by now otherwise. Sir, forgive us, I am at fault. Please don't aggravate the matter. Hee hee hee. Young miss, don't worry. I was only messing with Tianyu's pests. It won't change anything. I can overlook this for Tianyu, out of the kindness of my heart. But my mount here has special tastes, you see. Every time it bumps into someone, it feels the urge to swallow something. Or his bad mood might affect my own. So tell me, how will you settle this? Jalahan, having fun is one thing, but don't cross the line. Hee hee hee. Young miss, it's just a game. No harm, no foul. Grandpa. This is outrageous. They've come to our land and yet act all high and mighty. Brother Xia, they were invited. We can't interfere, not with the officials having yet to appear. It will only invite trouble. Ha, the great noble house.